This is a very quick, very intense cardiovascular workout for your follicular and ovulatory phases. This one is for those days when you are short on time and you need a quick burst of movement medicine to get the energy flowing, maybe break a sweat, and then get on with the rest of your day. So we are using an AMRAP structure in this workout. What that means is you are guiding the pace. We have a designated number of reps for a designated number of exercises, and we're completing it in a continuous fashion for a designated amount of time. So in this workout, we have 3 sets of 3 exercises, and each one will be done in a 4-minute AMRAP. That means we'll set the timer for 4 minutes, and you just run through as many possible rounds as you can of each exercise, of each circuit, before having a 30-second rest and then moving into the next 4-minute interval. I like to have, whether it's a notepad or the Notes app on your phone, just a way to keep track of your rounds so that when you revisit this workout, maybe 3 months in the future, you can kind of see where you were, or maybe you visit it at different days in your follicular phase, in your ovulatory phase, and you can see, wow, on day 10, I showed up in this way after having a great night's sleep, and then on day 14, I felt kind of flat because I didn't rest well, or, I was meeting the elevated estrogen with a bit of that kind of low level energy. So you can really kind of use these workouts, these movement practices, not only as medicine for the body and for your energy, but as a way to kind of learn how to read your body's signals. It's an exercise in body literacy. So for today, I have offered a tutorial in the beginning so that you can see the different variations of each exercise, offering low impact, different alternatives, a way to amp up the intensity if you need to, so that if you're feeling a bit different than me as we go through the video itself, you have all of these alternatives in your toolbox that you can use during the workout once we get started. So make sure you tune in for that movement tutorial and preview. I like to watch it the day before, maybe get it in your mind and your body so that you can show up ready to go. All you have to do is be present and put in the work. So with that, the tutorial will offer the low impact versions, and that does give you a different way to use this particular workout. If you want to find more of that steady state working zone, so you're in a very manageable heart rate, slightly elevated, but nowhere near your max or even your elevated vigorous zone, you can do this workout maybe for 2 cycles through, so it'll be a longer workout, but keep the pace very neutral. So use the low impact versions, use it just as kind of a deload movement day. If you are doing kind of the higher intensity, you're pushing into the conditioning working zone, then stick with the 12 to 14 minute version of the workout and really just give it your all. So you are guiding the pace. You know when you can dig deep and push a little bit harder. And let's get started with today's workout. Before we jump into our warm-up for today, I'm going to give you just a quick overview of the different exercises that make up today's workout. We are using 4-minute AMRAPs. We're doing 3 of them with 3 movements each. So in the AMRAP, the idea is that you complete as many rounds as possible of each circuit within that 4-minute period. We'll have 30 seconds of rest in between, and again, we'll have 3 of those 4-minute AMRAPs. So our first movement pattern in the first circuit is a star jump. So I'll show you the low impact version first. We start in a nice low squat. I like to cross at the wrists. And then if you're doing the low impact version, you're simply going to lift up onto the toes and back down. You'll alternate legs. You can kind of step out to the side if you need to create a bit of a wider base. If you're using the higher impact version, you want to turn it up a little bit. You start nice and low, and then you jump up and take the arms and legs out. So we are doing 10 reps of each exercise in this circuit. Our next movement pattern is a lateral lunge hop. So we start in a lateral lunge with the opposite hand down, and we'll simply exchange. You can take your arms wherever they feel most natural. It can be nice to have them out to the side to create a bit of strength and activation in the shoulders and the back. If you're doing low impact, again, you're just stepping out side to side. keeping the hips nice and low so that you maintain the work in the legs for those 10 reps. For this one, because it is very quick, we're doing both sides together, counts as 1 rep. So you'll move 20 times, but it'll be 10 reps of that exercise. Our next movement pattern is a diagonal plank hop. So you'll start in your plank position, nice and strong, and you're just jumping the feet to opposite sides. So you jump to your right wrist and back, to the left wrist and back. Low impact version for this one would be to kind of stutter step forward and back. You'll still feel this in the legs. You'll start to feel your quads engage, and it will be our target, that cardiovascular work. So you're working through that circuit as many rounds as possible in the first 4 minutes. We'll then move on to our 30-second rest and into the next circuit. So the first movement here are bear jacks. So you come into your bear crawl, shoulders over wrists, the hips directly over the knees. You're simply going to jump the feet out and back. Jump them out and back. Here, you want to try to keep the hips as low or as stable as possible. So avoid popping the hips up as you jump back. Low impact version here, starting in the bear crawl, belly is engaged, low ribs and hip points drawing together. Simply step out and in. Step out and in. You can alternate sides or just keep circulating through that movement. We're staying kind of in this bear crawl position for the second circuit. Our next one is a kick through. So here, I might turn to the side to demonstrate so that you can see the mechanics. So again, you start in your bear crawl, and then we're simply rotating, taking a hand either to that foot, or you can keep it on your chest, and back through bear crawl, to the side and through center. So this one, you can break it into its component parts, so you can pause in bear crawl for each rep, or you can make it more fluid, kind of moving side to side quickly. That is the kick through, and then we're moving to our bear crawl reach. So it's sort of like a burpee, just a lower impact version. We'll start in our bear crawl position. You'll step your feet to your hands and lift up and come back. Bear crawl, feet to hands and lift up. As best as you can, alternating sides. So you switch the leading foot with each rep. So those 3 exercises, 4 minutes, as you can tell, it is going to be a conditioning challenge, a cardiovascular challenge throughout. Our next circuit after the 30-second rest we'll start with a reverse lunge extension. So you step back, extend that leg back, come down and hop switch to come to the other side. So we're here. If you want the low impact version for this one, you'll work into your extension and then simply stay low to step and exchange. So you're here. Lots of options to keep this wherever you need it for today. You can turn the intensity up, you can dial it down to meet you exactly where you need to be. The next movement pattern is a reverse burpee. So you'll start at the top of your mat. We'll lower down, press your hands into your sides, lift your hips just a touch. So here, take care not to put too much pressure on the neck, just giving a bit of a lift in the hips, and then using some of that momentum to roll forward and jump up. Again, if you're not using the higher impact, you can be here and simply rise to the toes. That's our reverse burpee. And then we're coming into a sprawl with a plank jack as the last movement pattern here. So the sprawl starts in this deep squat, hands free. You jump back to plank, jack out and in, and then come back. So it's similar to our bear crawl jack, but we're adding a bit more complexity here. This is our ovulatory phase. It is a great time for learning new movement patterns or kind of refining skills that you've been working on. So those are the exercises for this workout. And now let's get started with our warm-up. We'll start today with some shoulder and arm circles here, just kind of awakening the shoulder and kind of the upper body, the chest, the back. So start with the shoulder and then make it big. Take the arms nice and wide, back the other direction. So here creating that connection to breath and the integration with the core. So drawing the low ribs and the hip points toward each other while maintaining a lift in the chest, elevation in the chest. Once you feel complete there, bring your hands to your knees. Come into a standing cat and cow. So as you inhale, soften the belly, shine your sitting bones back, lift the gaze up and soften the shoulders. Then as you exhale from the tail, round the spine. Bone by bone, chin to chest, press your hands into your knees and round the upper back. Inhale, soften the belly. You can even shrug the shoulders a bit here if that feels okay to create some traction in the spine. And then exhale, round. Last one here, big breath. And exhale, let it go. Coming back up to standing now, feet a little bit wider than hips width distance. We're coming into a squat with rotation. So we squat down and rotate. Squat down and rotate. Make sure you're coming up onto the toes of that back foot as you rotate the hips. You can keep the arms out straight or at the chest, wherever it feels most natural for you. Finding that deep diaphragmatic breath. In and out through the nose. And then coming through center, find your squat. We'll alternate with knee hugs. So squat, pull that knee in. Squat, knee in. Working into our single leg balance. Just really inviting the mind to check in, to create that awareness in the body. Pause here. Straighten the legs, step them a bit wider, let your arms come out nice and wide. Windmill here. So opposite hand to opposite toes. This is a super quick warm up. Our workout today is body weight only. It is a cardiovascular workout, so we'll have lots of time to warm up. But we're just adding this bit of movement in the beginning to make sure that we're not ramping up too quickly. Here, find your lateral lunge first in the legs, alternating sides, and then add a bit of a press. Press. So we're just opening the chest, taking the elbows back and forward. Last 3, 2, 1, and then we'll jack it out for 30 seconds here. Jumping jacks. High impact is here. Low impact, you can just step out side to side. So really creating that elevated circulation, letting the heart rate come up to meet us where we need it for the workout itself. So finding your mechanism of breathing, the way that you can keep it smooth and steady, even as you start to add intensity. And that's it. Slow it down. We are ready to begin our workout now. We will begin our workout in about 30 seconds with our star jumps here. So get yourself ready, set up your workspace. If you missed it in the movement tutorial, this is an AMRAP style workout. So we have 3 different rounds of 4-minute AMRAPs. In this first one, 10 reps of each exercise. We're doing it for 4 minutes. So you can keep track of your rounds in your head so that you can use this as a metric moving forward. We'll get started in 2, 1, star jumps here. So low impact can be out, can be a lift onto the toes, or you can turn it all the way up and jump. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're here for 10 reps. 8, 9, and 10. Come into our lateral hops. So we're down in our lateral lunge, just exchange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep your belly strong. And 10. Coming now to our diagonal plank hops. Start in your plank position. Let's go to the right, to the left. 2, 3, 4. Come into your full plank on the way back. Hips get low. 8, 9, and 10. That's round 1. Take note. Coming into star jumps, 10 reps. Here we go. 1, 2. Take up space. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Diagonal hops. Excuse me, lateral hops. Here we go. So both sides is 1, 2. Head is level with the chest and hips. 5, 6. Stay nice and low. 8, 9, and 10. Diagonal plank hops. Here we go. Come into your plank. Really find this position so that you can come back to it. 10 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming back to our star jumps. Here we go. 10 reps. Catch your breath if you need it. Take rest where your body's asking for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is a quick workout. It's only 13, 14 minutes long. So where can you dig deep? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay with it. 7, nice and low. 9, and 10. Don't worry if you're way out ahead of me or if you're a little bit behind. No worries. Coming into our diagonal plank jumps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe that's our third round. Here we go. 10 star jumps. You've got 35 seconds. Knock it out. 1, 2. Try to make it unbroken if you can. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lateral lunge hops, 20 seconds. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got it. 8, 9, and 10. Diagonal plank hops and rest. That's the end of our interval. We have a full 30 seconds before we come down into our bear crawl position. So this cardio work is no joke. If you find that your body is screaming or you're just excessively breathless, you can always tone it down to the low impact version. We're going in 5, 4 for bear jacks, 3, 2, 1. So bear crawl, up, back, and in. Back, and in. That's 2. 3. Keep that strong plank position. 5. Almost like your hips stay floating. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming straight into your kick throughs. I'm going to change sides for space. 10 reps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep the belly strong. 4, 5. Pivot on the toes. 9, and 10. Coming into our bear crawl reach. So start in your bear crawl stance. Step forward, reach up, and back. Step forward, reach up, and back. That's 2. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. Breathe. Should feel this in the legs. as you hold that bear crawl stance. 9 and 10. That was one round. Let's go back into our bear jacks. Here we go. Come into your bear crawl, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Let's get it. 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep the belly strong. 9 and 10. Resting whenever you need it. So if you need to take a quick shake break, shake out your arms, shake out your legs, please do so. Coming into our kick throughs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the hips at the same elevation. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bear crawl reach. Here we go. Find your bear crawl stance. Step forward and reach. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that nice short stance here. 5. No need to come back too far for the bear crawl. 6, 7. Alternating sides if you can. 8, 9, and 10. That's round 2. Coming back down to bear jacks. We've got about 50 seconds left. Find your bear crawl stance. Let's go. 1, make it fluid. 3, try to get unbroken sets here. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching to kick throughs. Got about 25 seconds. You got this. Let's finish this round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Straight into your bear crawl reach. You can get at least 1 rep and reach. 5 seconds. That's 2 and 1. Rest. 30 seconds now. Gather your breath. So deep inhales and exhales. Grab a quick sip if you need it. We've got about 15 more seconds here. And then we're coming into our reverse lunge with extension and a hop switch. We'll have our reverse burpee and then a sprawl with a plank jack. This is where we finish it out. 4 minutes on the clock. Let's go. Step back, extend, hop switch, or step switch. That's 2. 3, 10 reps of each. 4, 5, 6, slowing it down here. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Reverse burpee. Right into it. Press the legs up and hop. Feel that drive through the heels as you lift up. Belly stays strong, integrated. That's 4. 5. Feel the power from the ground up. 6, 7. Stay with me. Keep it controlled. 8. You can squeeze the legs together as you come back. 9 and 10. Coming into our sprawl with a plank jack. Start low and hop back. In, out, in, and up. That's 1. 2. See if you can quicken the pace. 3. Keep your hips low. 4. 5. The sprawl is one of my favorite movements for how it makes you feel. Taps into quickness, power. 8, 9, and 10. Coming back to our reverse lunge with extension. 2 minutes left. Bring it home. 1, 2. Pick up the pace if you can for this last few reps, last few minutes. 9 and 10. Reverse burpee, here we go. Roll it back, press it up, and lift off. Roll it back, press the legs up, and lift off. Squeeze the legs as they go up. That's 3, 4, 5. Find your power. 6. We've got 1 minute left. Let's leave it all here. 7, 8, 9. Last one. And 10. Coming into sprawls with a plank jack. Let's finish these out. You've got 35 seconds. Starting in that low squat. Hop it in, out, in, and up. That's 1. Quicken the pace. 2, 3. How quick can you get your muscles to fire? 5, 6. Belly strong. 7. We've got 10 more seconds. Can you finish this round? Last one. And 10. Collect your breath. Move side to side. Maybe just stepping out and together here. As we let the heart come down. So we're going to jump right into the cool down so that you can help your body transition very smoothly. I hope you can stay with us. It's just a few minutes of really gentle movement to help your body come back to its baseline. So we'll start that cool down now. Coming into our cool down, come to the top of your mat, reach your arms overhead. Very easy reverse lunge with a lat pull. So letting the body move as quickly as it needs to match your heart rate as it transitions back down to the baseline. Just a few more reps here, kind of letting the body taper from that super high intensity back down to something a little bit more manageable. So we'll revisit some of the movements from our warm-up here. Now turning to the side, our lateral lunge with a press. So press forward, lunge, bring it up, stretch the chest, and press. Squeeze the elbows behind you and press. So you want to keep the chest nice and elevated here. If you're feeling like me and your heart rate is still very, very high. So we're just giving that elevated energy a way to exit the body safely so that you don't crash. You're not just walking out to the shower or to the rest of your day. From here, start to step your feet in a little bit wider. We're just doing arm circles with a squat. So inhale and exhale, squat. Inhale, reach up, take the arms out and wide, and down through the center squat. Reaching up and squat. So I'm just now, after these movements, starting to feel that bit of space, that bit of baseline heart rate where it's easier to speak. Feel the energy kind of re-inhabiting the body. So it's not just moving to the limbs now, feels a little bit more balanced. So pause here for a moment. Just bring your hands to your heart, gauge where your breath rate is. If it's still beating very quickly, you might continue to stay upright and just walk it out. maybe enjoying some step out squats or some lunges, anything that brings you back down very slowly. But if you're ready and you feel like you can maintain a conversation or your breathing pattern has slowed sufficiently, you can join me in puppy. So we'll reach the arms up and overhead, very deep bend in the knees as you fold. So keeping the heart and head a bit elevated still here. Walk your hands out, let your knees touch down. So now that the heart rate has slowed, you might start to feel that flush of energy, maybe warmth in your face and your skin, your body working to cool itself. Let your hips stay over your knees. Start to walk your hands out into puppy. Soften the heart and chest. Imagine like you're trying to marry your belly to your upper thighs. Breathing here. And then we'll slowly come out of this, tuck the toes under, and come into some version of downward dog. So it might feel really good to keep the knees very bent, keep the heels lifted. The goal here is we're just trying to create space in the spine, so really press down and forward through the finger pads. Let your head and neck be a natural extension of the spine. And just create some space in the shoulders, the arms. With your next inhale, let your knees touch down, cow pose. Ripple that wave all the way up to the crown as you gaze up. And then start to send the hips up and back. Exhale, downward dog. This has become one of my favorite rhythms here. Knees come down, soften the belly, gaze up. Just for what it offers to the spine. Exhale, downward dog. And it's really an invitation to kind of slow down. Inhale, knees down. Cow pose, soften the belly. And just gives you that nice transition space. Exhale, downward dog. Last breath, let the knees come down. Cow pose. Keep the knees down as you exhale, cat, round the spine, press through the hands, chin to chest. And then very, very slowly step your feet to your hands. Keep the knees very generously bent as you slowly roll up bone by bone. Reaching the arms overhead, inhale. And as you exhale, hands melt down through the heart. That is our very quick cool down for today's practice. If you have more time, I encourage you to continue to let your body move. Maybe find some static stretching now that your heart rate's back to normal. And I just want to thank you for being here for this quick workout snack. I hope that it left you with a bit of enthusiasm and energy for the rest of your day. So to you, thank you for showing up and for letting your body be moved.